Hello and welcome to Atuel. I think that's how you pronounce it, but this is a surreal, basically sort of dreamlike documentary game, sort of inspired by the topography and wildlife of the Atuel River Valley of Argentina. And so let's just watch the trailer right now because it's playing.
Para las comunidades originarias de la zona, el río tiene un propósito. El río tiene lo que las comunidades originarias le llaman ñem. Tiene como un espíritu. Tiene como un espíritu y muchos espíritus que lo habitan.
Llegué de muy chico y escuché en él las historias de mis abuelos, ¿no? Cuando todavía no había luz, cuando mi abuelo se sentaba a la orilla del fuego y nos contaba la historia del río.
Todo ese agua que en su momento seguía su curso natural, la desviamos, secamos parte de los humedales y quitamos el agua de esas zonas naturales. Es un impacto negativo.
El ser humano estamos como conectados con el río, somos parte del río.
Alright, and that was Atuel. Well, not the full game. I haven't played the game yet. That was just the trailer. But yeah, you can definitely see sort of the vibes of that game. And it looks phenomenal, right? It absolutely looks phenomenal. And so, yeah, without further ado, grab a cup of coffee and let's get going with the demo of Atuel. Not the demo, why did I say the demo? Let's get going with the short game that is Atuel. Oh, arrows to move, right? Oh, it's like... So obviously this is more of a documentary than a game, but still, it's nice to have something this beautiful, you know? Okay. That's the river. That's the Atuel River Valley in Argentina. Actually, I haven't visited South America yet, so I do kind of want to visit it at some point in my life.
La definición de un río sí, te la van a decir, pero cauce que transporta agua. Pero no, es muy amplio. Creo que no sé, no me alcanzarían por ahí las palabras para definir lo que es un río. Pero un río es vida, es todo. Un río transporta vida. Sin agua, sin un río, grande, chico, como sea, es vida.
That is true, that is true. So, man, this is going to be a weird reference. But in a book called, was it The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel, which is this modern fantasy book. So in that book, well, one, they obviously call water the life giver because obviously humans can't survive without water. Things like civilizations are built around water, and just that, you know, plants, everything, every life form needs water. But they also call water the death bringer because, well, it floods the earth, and you know, too much water can of course suffocate you and all that stuff. So water is indeed, in a lot of regards, right, this very, very high placed thing in terms of concepts, I guess. But yeah, even in a lot of cultures it is a very, very important thing. But I don't know why I'm talking about a fantasy book, but yeah. So now we have actual controls. Nice. So we're playing as a fish, which makes sense if you're actually, well, trying to navigate through a river. So it is interesting. Yeah, it's true. So I was thinking back on what the man said, and yes, water is extremely
Para las comunidades
important.
originarias de la zona, el río tiene un propósito. El río tiene lo que las comunidades originarias le llaman ñem. Tiene como un espíritu. Tiene como un espíritu y muchos espíritus que lo habitan. Por eso cada vez que una comunidad originaria de la zona tiene que hacer algo con el río, tiene como costumbre pedirle permiso. A nosotros desde la civilización occidental como que nos sería gracioso pedirle permiso a un río, pedirle permiso a un cerro, pedirle permiso a un arroyo para pasar. Pero las comunidades originarias acostumbraron a que el agua tenía un sentido para ellos y entonces por lo tanto había que tratarla como un hermano más. Eso decir hermana agua, hermano fuego, hermano cerro, que ahora nosotros ya traducimos tan libremente, tiene que ver con esa cosmovisión que tenían las comunidades originarias, sentirse parte de los ríos.
That is true. Even in North America, even when we're talking about the First Nations, they believed a lot that everything had a spirit. Obviously, I can't really speak for everything in regards to their beliefs because I'm not one of them, but it is very, very interesting. So inherently, there's a sort of respect to nature and all that stuff, which I think is fascinating. That across all of these worlds, like in Australia, in North America, and even in South America, all of these tribes, all of these groups of people with different cultures all have the same belief. And it's not necessarily a bad idea, Mankind needs a balance with nature to survive. So I think it's a very, very nice approach to things. But yeah, I've spoken about that sort of thing when we were playing.
Y el río, no sé, es parte de mi ADN. Llegué de muy chico y escuché en él las historias de mis abuelos, ¿no? Cuando todavía no había luz, cuando mi abuelo se sentaba a la orilla del fuego y nos contaba la historia del río, ¿no? De cómo llegaba, de cuando el río no tenía ninguna contención, de cuando el río era libre, nos contaba, ¿no? Que llegaba con el verano, con todo su caudal, trayendo noticias de la cordillera y nos dejaba en el invierno. Descansaba cuando era un río estival, ¿no? Esa es la historia que tengo de mi Atuel, que lo llevo en el alma, ¿no? Lo llevo a donde voy lo llevo en el alma. ¿Sí?
But yeah, I've spoken about it in other games, which are also like God, I don't remember the title, but it was also a game about like First Nations, or it contained like First Nation culture. And I was like, oh yeah, like they have this belief, and it was really, really cool. Yeah, I think it's a good approach to just everything.
Uno quizás analizando los sedimentos de la llanura, esas areniscas que va transportando ese material tan finito, es parte de la historia de la cordillera. Porque el río Atuel también se encargó de transportar la historia de la cordillera. Nosotros podemos interpretar, analizando esos sedimentos, qué tipo de roca atravesó nuestro río Atuel, ¿sí? Hablamos que nace en cordillera principal, donde el marco geológico es magnífico, donde hay rocas de todos los tipos, donde tenemos actividad volcánica, glaciares, presencia de mares. Quizás algún fósil logre sobrevivir todo el transporte que hizo esos 400 kilómetros del río Atuel y encontremos un fósil que es marino, que el río Atuel se encargó de transportarlo. Y nos cuenta la historia de que la cordillera de los Andes en algún momento tuvo el mar.
So pretty. I like this.
La vida se forma al lado de los ríos. No hay ninguna población, ninguna, absolutamente ninguna, desde la historia de la humanidad que se haya desenvuelto en un lugar que no sea un río. El ser humano estamos como conectados con el río, somos parte del río, te da la vida, entonces como que te arrimás a vos mismo, es como un espejo.
That is true. So even in terms of survival, right? Even in terms of just basic survival, if you find yourself stranded, in Air Cadets. I'm gonna reference Air Cadets because that's where I learned my survival skill. That's where I learned my survival skills. Even just then, like just having water, right, and not still water, but actual flowing water is extremely important. Mainly because oh, now we're a cloud. And that's because you can survive generally a healthy human being can survive 3 weeks without food, right? Not without negative side effects, but generally, right, you can survive 3 weeks generally, but you can only survive 3 days without water. And they recommend, of course, flowing water, which usually comes from rivers, because still water or any kind of like stagnant water source will contain a lot of bacteria. So always have flowing water. So even something as simple as that, you need a river. You need a flowing river. So it's very, very, very cool. They have that. So, yeah.
Desde el naciente hasta que se embalsa es el río naturalmente, ¿sí? Ya una vez que el río se embalsa y se desvíen los canales, acequias, en algunos brazos o en nuestro caso marginales que tenemos, ya si bien sigue siendo de alguna forma un curso, o el agua que sigue un curso que el hombre le da, ¿sí? Ya el río ya no sigue su curso natural, sino que el hombre se lo da. Es un impacto negativo. Todo ese agua que en su momento seguía su curso natural y servía para la flora nativa también, la desviamos, secamos parte de los humedales y quitamos el agua de esas zonas naturales.
Oh no, this reminds me of Endling. Oh no. I still gotta record Endling, but Endling is... God. It's gonna be so sad when I play Endling, but good game as well. Man. It's also... Endling is also sort of... kind of has these vibes, but it's heartbreaking. Nature is important, guys. Nature is very, very important. So,
entonces nos encontramos frente a dos problemas. El hombre viviendo en un oasis frente al agua, digamos, y a cómo debemos aprovechar ese agua que tenemos, ¿sí? Y lo nativo, de alguna forma chocando con la mano del hombre. Ese sería, digamos, el principal problema ahí. ¿Cómo podemos hacer para que el impacto que generemos en la naturaleza sea de la menor medida posible?
yeah, it's like, guys, I know we're not here for a long time. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth, but also, you know, we're not the only people on the earth. There's also the future generations, and, you know, there's also other life forms as well. So why not just take care of the planet? It's just a nice thought to have, you know. Man, it makes me so sad that Mr. Beast is actually a horrible person, because otherwise he would have done like the plant the trees thing, which is honestly, like, obviously, like, just because you do a good thing doesn't automatically make you a good person, right? It has to be consistent. It has to be not necessarily be out of your own profit or for your own gain, and whatnot. But damn, planting a tree, so many trees, could have been so good, but he had to. Obviously, the act is done. It's good, but man, doesn't sit right with me that that it has to be associated with Mr. Beast of all people.
Los puesteros del Atuel, gente de manos curtidas, hermanos de veranadas y de un río que da vida. Viviendo allá entre los cerros, entre cañadas y alturas, buscando para su crianza un real y buenas pasturas. mujeres sacrificadas, hornos de pan, leña y tiempo, los sueños de una familia creciendo al calor del fuego. Las puesteras y puesteros que en el Atuel han nacido quieren que siga nevando para que no muera el río. Su andar es una plegaria que se va llevando el tiempo, un susurro, una esperanza hecha de arena y de viento.
Is the fox already dead? Looks like just the spirits. Oh, I completely went the wrong way, I think. It's kind of hard to see where I'm supposed to go, but still. I should do a charity stream at some point, but unfortunately I don't have the clout to make it substantial. But still, I guess any amount is a good amount, right? Probably. It's like, I also don't like charity streams because you're also taking other people's money. It's like, I might as well just use my own money for that. And I also don't... Oh. I also don't like charity streams because you're basically monetizing your good deed, and it's like, it feels a bit like, oh, trying to prove that you're a good person. I mean, it's whatever, I guess. Oops. Oopalai. Oh no. But I mean, as long as there's a good impact, I guess it's alright. I guess. But charity should not be used as a shield to defend yourself that, oh, you're a good person. Because money is not like something that's exclusive to like good people, you know? So it's like, doesn't prove anything.
Acá en el cañón también hemos tenido presencia marina del Atlántico. Aquí a través de la geología, a través de nuestro río Atuel, podemos hacer toda una interpretación gigante del marco y de todos esos terrenos que atravesó el río Atuel. Y lo curioso sobre todo es también lo variable. Uno cuando ve el cañón del Atuel, ve muchísimos colores, ve muchísimas variedades de tipos de rocas. Bueno, cada color de eso, cada tipo de roca nos muestra una historia geológica, un pequeño ladrillo de esa pared que se construyó a lo largo de toda la historia geológica del cañón del Atuel.
I don't know why we're back in rain cloud form, but it's nice, it's cute. Kind of dark at times, but it's alright.
Y hay un autor muy precioso que se llama Galileo Vitali. Hace una comparación entre el río y la persona humana. Que el río es al comienzo alocado, así como si fuera un niño, que luego se va un poco enderezando cuando es un joven, que ya cuando llega adulto prácticamente vamos a decir, le ponen un dique de contención o le ponen un canal marginal y al final, el río, como el ser humano, se pierde, se diluye.
That's a very nice comparison. I'm not offering any meaningful commentary right now, but
Parece que cada ser de este planeta o cada uno de los que estamos acá tiene como, no sé si una obligación, pero tiene como un mandato. El mandato de ser, el mandato de fluir. Ese mandato, el mandato de fluir, entiendo que es uno de los más importantes que tiene el agua. Entonces, el agua, el río, nunca se ha interpuesto en nuestro fluir. Todo lo contrario, desde hace 7000 años en la zona hasta la actualidad, ha estado acompañando el fluir de las comunidades humanas. Imagínate vos que desde que está la civilización hasta ahora, lo que hemos hecho nosotros a veces es no dejar que ese río fluya libremente. Actualmente pienso en un río como otro ser más. Es un ente que tiene vida. Hasta hace un tiempo, cuando estaba como muy atravesado por las cuestiones técnicas y científicas, pensaba que el río era un curso de agua. Pero ahora, últimamente, estos últimos años, a partir del activismo en la defensa del agua, estoy sintiendo el río como un ser vivo más, como alguien más que siente, como alguien más que late y como alguien más que nos ha estado acompañando durante miles de años. Eso es innegable, ¿no?
it was such a pretty. I did not expect to go into a rain. Yeah, I'm not offering any meaningful commentary right now, so it's definitely. You guys should definitely play it when I'm not talking. But yeah, it's nice, very nice. This has been a journey across the Atuel River, which flows from the Andes and I can't pronounce it, Andes mountains across western Argentina. The interviews you heard are real. Like all rivers, the Atuel has been providing for us since time immemorial, and it has forged an intimate connection with those who live by its waters. Right, let's take a look at the credits. Yeah, so thank you everyone who worked on this. It was a very, very cool game. Very, very cool game. Reviews and research. Yeah. It was a joy playing this. Very, very beautiful game. Interviews. Nice. Let's see. But yeah, that was Atuel. Obviously, I didn't really know what to expect going to this, but like they said it was a documentary game. I was like, okay, what? How? I didn't really know what to expect from a documentary game, because how do you do that, right? But like, I think that's nice. I mean, maybe for a lot of people it's not what they were expecting, but I've played visual novels. I'm used to just sitting by and reading and listening. So honestly, the fact that this is accompanied by visuals, very nice visuals, by very nice sound effects, by good interviews as well, right? Very informative interviews, and yeah, it wasn't it was short, right? It was on the shorter side. They already said like it was going to be about like 30 minutes from the start. Um, and so yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. It's not your traditional game, which is fine, right? It's fine. Not everything has to be quote unquote like fun, but they did try to make this interactive. Which I guess in some ways it is also fun, right? Maybe not in the way that most people are expecting it to be, but I liked it. I liked it. I did like it. Yeah, it's nice to have a learning experience while I'm saying through and just experiencing the visuals. But yeah, I really do like the message that they try to bring across in a game format. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, if you were tired of my yapping and you thought that I was playing way too slowly, then yeah, make sure to download the game for yourself. It's on Steam, and yeah, it's free. Go ahead and please support these guys because yeah, it's nice to have something different, something informative, something that tries to I don't
Para
know.
las comunidades originarias de
Oh,
la
sorry.
zona.
I'll skip that just because it's gonna talk over me. That tries to, I don't know, make a difference. I know we're probably not the target group because most of us are probably gonna be like halfway across the world or something along those lines. But it's just good to know more things, right? It's just that. It's good to know more things, and it's good to sort of pay respects to different cultures and different ideas simply because they're out there. And yeah, just because you're not directly involved or just because you're not directly sort of integrated into that culture, it doesn't mean that it can't have an impact on you. It doesn't mean that, it doesn't signify anything. It doesn't like symbolize anything, because it does, right? It got you to think, it got you to experience something, it got you to see things a bit differently. And I think that's all you can really ask for in a game that addresses the symbolism, the history of a real life river in Argentina. So overall, I had a great time with this game. And yeah, again, if you want to experience this game without me yapping, without my slow playing, then please make sure to download the game on Steam. It's free. And yeah, once again, good job to everyone who has worked on this game. Yeah, it was a good experience. And so yeah, hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when and where you are. And see you guys next time. Bye bye. See you and take care. Bye.